Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with stuffed peppers. Simple and delicious. And this video is more of a technique demonstration than an actual recipe because, to be honest, I haven't even finalized the stuffing recipe yet. But here we go. We're going to take some bell peppers. I'm using red. You can use green, yellow, orange, whatever. In fact, I actually, to be honest, kind of like the bitterness of the green in this recipe. But for aesthetics, I'm going to use red. Cut off a good ½ inch of the top, but be careful because we're going to use these as lids. So once you cut that off, go around with a paring knife, take off the stem and reserve the top. We're going to take out all the seeds. You can use a spoon, you can use a melon baller to get out the little membranes there, but you don't want any seeds left in there. And then just a very little trim on the bottom just to make it sit straight. I actually like to poke a couple holes to let the juices up in there. All right, so go ahead and clean out 6 bell pepper. I'm also going to slice up half an onion really thin because these are going to roast and braise on top of some tomato sauce. So I have 1.5 cups of any kind of tomato sauce, a ½ cup of beef broth, some red pepper flakes, you know I like it spicy, and then my thinly slivered onions. All right, give that a toss, give that a mix. You want to throw a big pinch of salt in there, go ahead, not a bad idea. Of course, any other types of herbs or flavorings is encouraged. Set your bell peppers in. That's a 9x13 baking dish, by the way. Now for the filling. I'm going to take 1.5 pounds of ground meat. Now here, anything works. Lamb, pork, half sausage, half beef, fantastic. But 1.5 pounds of some type of ground meat, lots of salt, of course some fresh garlic, fresh parsley, some black pepper, freshly grated Parmesan cheese, a couple tablespoons of the tomato sauce. We're going to give that a mix just until barely combined, and then I'm going to stir in my cooked rice. In fact, 94% of stuffed bell peppers are made because there's leftover rice around. True story. All right, so leftover rice, 1.5 cups. You can cook it to make it leftover. We're going to give that a mix. We're going to fill the peppers with the stuffing mixture. It should be just enough to fill 6 to the top, depending on the size. Don't get mad if it's slightly off, because I don't know how big your peppers are. Come on, give me a break. All right, we're going to put another spoon of sauce over each one, spread that out. Put the tops on. Aren't those cute? Like little lids. I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper down, just because I don't like foil touching acidic things when it bakes. Probably would be okay. But I'm going to put a little parchment paper down or wax paper, then some foil. That's going to go in a 375-degree oven for an hour. Now you notice I put mine on a sheet pan because it's easier to get in and out of the oven. That also insulates it, and that also makes it take longer. So if you don't use that pan underneath, yours is going to take less time. But after an hour, they were just starting to soften up. I took off the foil. I put them back in for about 20 minutes to a half hour until the meat's cooked, which it will be. But more importantly, the pepper has to be tender, soft, sweet, tender. And that's it. A little fresh parsley on top. You serve them with some of the juice from underneath, spooned over. And you can adjust this recipe in lots of different places. The herbs, the meat you use, like I said, hot pepper, and so forth. So that's the technique. Knock yourself out coming up with some amazing fillings and give those beautiful stuffed peppers a try. Anyway, go to the site, get all the ingredients, and as always, enjoy.